Welcome to Cameo 55. My name is Matt Steinoff and I'll be your instructor. This is what it should look like when you log in to find your course. It is Cameo 55 RWB 36290. You can see I've taught it quite a few times. There used to be a lab part. There is no more. I've kind of incorporated it into the class because I find it to be a pretty effective learning alternative for the material. So what this video is just kind of show you around. So when you click on our class, this is what our class, it'll always come to the announcements. My suggestion to you is, in order to find, you notice there's not a lot on our course menu. I like to keep it short. It's just to start at the top on the left and run through everything. So if you click on the Start Here module, you can see that I already put an announcement and I emailed it out to you already. All announcements get emailed. So this little short video cast will also come as an announcement. It may not show up on the announcement, but if you go to the web page, it should show up as an announcement right here, and you should be able to watch it. Okay. So you click on Start Here. This is just a how to succeed in your Blackboard course, kind of some advice on how to do well in this class. Okay, so after you've gone through the Start Here announcements, you've probably already seen. That's where it always comes up to on the home page. The Start Here package will disappear after a couple weeks. And then the next thing to do is go to the syllabus. On the syllabus, there are 4 documents. I suggest you print out the first 2, if not all 4 of them. The first one is the syllabus, which is kind of like our binding agreement that says how many points the class is going to be worth and how it's going to be graded, what we're going to cover, and what is required of you. I suggest you definitely print that one out, and also print out the course due date schedule. It has the due date for every single assignment from now until the end of the semester. These last 2 are rubrics for scoring your participation in discussion board and also investigative reports. Once you read the syllabus, you'll realize you don't have to do both of these. You can do a mixture of both. You can do all discussion board. You can do all investigative reports, and to get that 100 points. There's 100 points out of the 650 between those 2. When you read the syllabus, you'll see what I'm talking about. You can do either or. You can do a little bit of each. It doesn't really matter to me. There's 100 points possible, and you can get it by doing either of them individually or a combination of the 2. And that just tells you how to do on those. So that gets us all the way through syllabus. The next thing is course materials. Course materials is probably the most important spot. It has all the materials for the things we're doing for the class. If I click on there, right now there are 4 folders. Each week another folder will appear as we get farther into the chapters. As you see, I've opened chapter 1 and 2, which is basically our first assignment. You can see the due date is Sunday, January 27th. That means you have 2 weeks from the first day the class starts. And then chapter 2 is just a reiteration of chapter 2 from the previous, with a little more covering, just because there's a lot of material that is important to make people succeed. And you can see that this folder has 5 reports for investigative reports, and this first folder isn't the optional lab reports that I was talking about from the old lab class. There are 7 labs in here that can replace the homework and quizzes for 7 of the 12 chapters that we cover in the period of this semester. If you're one of those people that doesn't do well on a multiple choice kind of format, which is kind of what we have to do as far as, and fill in the blank format as far as homework and quizzes, then that may be an option to help you improve your grade. Okay, so there's the start of course materials. The next thing is grades. If I click on grades, you'll see that welcome to class. That's actually our first discussion board. There's a certain total points. Now this class, you're not going to get a grade based on what you have done, because this is a cumulative class. That means that there are 650 points possible. That means you need to think about how many more points do I need to get to an A or a B or a C or to passing, whatever it is that you need. The weighted total will be removed and that won't be there. So after grades is email. This is just another way to email students, instructors, specific users, groups. We don't do much with groups in this class. Next thing is faculty info. That's me. It has my email address. It has my phone number. It has where I'm located and my office hours. This phone number is my home. I have an office here, a number here, and I'll also put that down soon enough for when you can call me during my office hour, which is between 6:30 and 7:30. And you can call me on the phone, but I will be doing my office hours via eLive. So that right now we're at faculty info. I'm going to skip help. That's kind of for you. Course evaluation is just something you do at the end of the semester to say, hey, you take the course evaluation to see what you thought of the class. But to do the office hour, if you wanted to participate, which you don't have to, you click on Tools, and then you go to Illuminate Live. My office hours through Illuminate Live. So if you click on that, I haven't put any Illuminate Live sessions up yet. Our first one will be January 15th. So what you'd want to do is you'd want to click on January 15th, and usually that would mean that there would be an eLive session here from 6:30 to 7:30, and you just click on it and it would take you there if it is 6:30. If it's after 6, if you can't make it between 6:30 and 7:30, you can listen to it as a recorded session, and how you do that is you go up to Live Sessions, change it to Recorded Sessions. This is where people make the biggest mistake. Then you must click on this little magnifying glass, or it won't change it. Now you look, it says Illuminate Live Recordings for Sessions active today. You're going to have to change it to the 15th, even if it's after the 15th, and it'll show up just like a live recording right here. You can watch it, and you can listen, and you can pause it, and you can replay it if there's stuff that you get stuck on. You just can't participate. You have to actually come to it live in order to participate. So that is how we do Illuminate Live. That's really everything that's in this course. We have a discussion board. It's all linked through course materials. If you go back to course materials, you'll see that in this folder, Chapter 1 and 2, our first folder, we have weekly readings, the PowerPoints, what your homework and quiz is, the deadline for turning it in, and the very last thing, these ones that look like a board with a pin in it, are discussion boards. You click on this, and you can read this, click on it, and this is what our main way of discussing problems we're having with the course, what we're understanding and what we're not. Okay, so each folder will look similar to this every week. That is basically how you use Blackboard. Now, to do homework and quizzes, you need to go to Mastering Chemistry. So what I'm going to do, I forgot. I'm going to go back. Okay, forward. So this is Mastering Chemistry. All you type in is masteringchemistry.com, and it says register or log in, and this is the page that'll come up. You have to do this in order to get your homework and quizzes. It's a minor cost in considering what we get for it. It's a very useful site. Now, for you guys to register, if you've already got your book, then you still have to pay for this. Hopefully, if you can buy the Introductory Chemistry book, our book, with access, which is what it says to do if you go to the KPC website or whatever. I think it's probably over $200 or around $200 for that. There is a way to do it cheaper. I'm going to show you how to do that. When you register, you go to Students. It's going to ask you if you have an access code. If you paid for an access code, it'll look something like this over here. Then you've already paid for it, and you have this number, and it was given to you with your textbook. Then you just put it in, and it'll show you what to do. If you don't have an access code, then you click this, and you're going to need to collect our book. Our book is this pretty purplish blue one called Introductory Chemistry, Core 1 Introduction Chemistry Concepts and Critical Thinking, 6th edition. It's a fairly new edition. If you find a 5th or a 4th edition that's cheaper, go ahead and buy it if that's the way you want to save money. If you do that, you're still going to need to purchase access to Mastering Chemistry. So when it says e-text options, you would click no if you've already got a book, and then click continue. It'll ask you, do you have a Pearson Education account? And it'll tell you it's $66. That's for the access without an e-text. Now, if you haven't purchased a book yet, you're getting pretty close to the end, and chances of finding a used text is pretty small. If you want to try and purchase a new text, again, I said it's going to be kind of expensive, but if you don't mind reading an e-text, it's exactly like the textbook. The only problem is you don't get to keep it. Then you would click here, and then you hit yes, please include the e-text, and then you hit continue, and it's $110. That's about the price of most textbooks, and you get access to Mastering Chemistry with both of those. So there's that. Then you hit next, and then you'd continue on next, and you have to sign up for an account, and then in order to register, and once you've registered, you'll have to know our class name. Our class name is all capital letters MC Steinhoff. My last name is spelled STINEFF 46838, and I'll put that on the website, so on Blackboard, so you'll be able to see that, and it'll come as an announcement. I'll say, our course ID number for Mastering Chemistry is MC Stein 4683, and it actually says that if you go to Course Materials, into our first chapter, right here, the course ID is MC Stein 46838, right there. So you'll need that in order to get into our class. So that's about it. I think with that information you'll be able to do it. If I did go to here and I did log in, which I haven't done, I'll show you that during our first office hour, which is Tuesday, January 15th at 6:30. If you can't make it, you can always watch it as a recording. Just remember that. Okay, I know I was moving pretty quick, but I was trying to keep this video under 10 minutes, which I don't think I was able to do. Yep, looks like it was about 11 minutes. Well, I hope everything goes well. Send me something through discussion board or email if you have any more questions. Thanks for your time, and we'll see you soon, or we'll talk soon.